As I do so, I want to affirm that we have a unique opportunity as government to refuse a repeat of what led to the death of J.M. Kariuki. And the best way to do it, Mr. Speaker, is to end the culture of abductions and extrajudicial killings, because it was in exactly the same manner that Mwangi Kariuki was picked from the Hilton Hotel and he went and met his death in Ngong. Mr. Speaker, the pain the family went through, this House should be part of it, because we brought shame. It is in this House that the Vice President announced that JM was alive and he had gone to Zambia. Mr. Speaker, it is also in this House that the Commission of Inquiry was ordered by the then President that they expunge the names of the people who had killed JM. Mr. Speaker, borrowing a leaf from what has happened in the US, i.e., the truth surrounding the killing of John F. Kennedy has now come out clearly. We have an opportunity now for the truth to come out about these senior officers in government who killed Josiah Mwangi Kariuki. Mr. Speaker, it's good we guide Senator Medhu to see whether there's a way we can do so that we push for this truth to come to light. And Mr. Speaker, integrity is everything. I know, not many might know, but a member of the cabinet, Henry Pius Masinde Muliro, former MP of Kitale East, quit his job as a minister because he said he could not sit in government that the prop had indicated had a part in the killing of Josiah Mwangi Kariuki. Mr. Speaker, my second comment is on the matter raised by Senator Catherine Muma about the position of mathematics in our new education system. I want to appeal to us politicians and the rest of the Kenyans that this matter must be left to professionals. Those of you who are old enough, you know that in our O and A-level system of education, all of us from primary up to the end of O-level in the fourth year in secondary school, mathematics was mandatory. However, when we were specializing at A-level, there was no need for us, unless you are pursuing a pathway that was scientific, there was no need for us to be given further mathematics. And therefore, I would like to support those people who are thinking that at senior secondary, it might not be necessary to teach people mathematics. Let mathematics be taught up to and including junior secondary. Mr. Speaker, sir, my last comment is on the statement sought by Senator Onyonka. Senator Onyonka has raised the issue of drug trafficking, and in particular, the unfortunate incident of the arrest of Margaret Nduta. Let us be careful, Kenyans. Following what is going on social media, we run the risk of glorifying, as we fight for the human rights of this young lady, we run the risk of glorifying drug trafficking. Even as we call for fairness on the handling of the matter of Nduta, we must teach our children that there is no profession to be admired in the dark world of drug trafficking. It's a shame, Mr. Speaker, that some of the cases that end up being arrested in Singapore, in Dubai, and other international airports They are able to start their journey with those drugs from here at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. It means our system at this airport is rotten, it is corrupt, Mr. Speaker, and the officers responsible are incompetent. We can't have a country that is going to be profiled internationally as a country of drug traffickers. And Mr. Speaker, I was seated on that chair there when Professor George Saitoti was standing here, and he read to this country the top 10 drug traffickers in this country. They are on record. Some of them are in government. Some of them are very loud in the opposition. They were named the drug traffickers. And some say that it's after George Saitoti had chosen to take them on that George, Professor, lost his life. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Gloria.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to comment on Senator Hamida Kibwana's statement about the shutdown of the Kenya Health Information System owing to the departure of USAID from the country. Mr. Speaker, it is very unfortunate that we are living in difficult times. I think this is this is an example to show that as much as we are accepting aid and as much as we are saying that it is okay to have donors and all these international organizations supporting us in one way or another, Mr. Speaker, as you are aware, this is a very vital system. The Kenya Health Information System is a system that was holding data, medical data, health data of Kenyans. And it is that same system that is used to even have a foresight or focus on outbreaks and all sorts of sensitive things, Mr. Speaker. And owing to the departure of USAID, you can see now the system has been shut down. And the questions that Senator Hamida Kibwana are asking should actually open our eyes in terms of who are we trusting our systems or who are we trusting some of our development projects with, even if it is international organizations. You can see that one of the questions that is being asked, Mr. Speaker, and that is why I want to highlight this so that Kenyans can understand, is that she's seeking to find out whether the Ministry of Health had an exit strategy or a handover process to ensure the continuity of the health data management. Mr. Speaker, I have always spoken about resiliency plans in terms of our programs, in terms of our systems, IT or otherwise. And right now we are in a situation where we don't even know if our health data has been accessed by third parties. We are in a situation where we do not have a resiliency plan, Mr. Speaker, and that can only mean that, God forbid, if we have an outbreak today, we might not even be able to do what is necessary to curb that outbreak and put in measures to ensure that Kenyans are safe. So, Mr. Speaker, as we are seeking to find out what is happening with that system now that USAID has left, I think it is also imperative that our Ministry of ICT might be able to ensure that some of these sensitive dockets or programs or projects, as much as we accept the funding, we should be in control, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I also want to add my voice on Senator Richard Onyonka's statement in terms of the policy on the decision to remove mathematics as a compulsory subject. Mr. Speaker, it is, we all say and we all joke that we never use algebra in life. And we are always saying that some of the mathematics that we learned all the way to high school has never been applicable to our day-to-day life. But Mr. Speaker, we also have to appreciate that as we are moving to the competence-based curriculum, mathematics is actually an essential part of our lives, Mr. Speaker. Even just to start this session here, we always have to count if we have quorum, Mr. Speaker. So I think as much as we are saying that at one point we do not need mathematics, I think the decision has been hasty and a lot has not been put into real thought in terms of what are we removing, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I don't think it has ever hurt anyone to study maths all the way even until college. I did not like mathematics. I have never liked it. But once in a while, I start to appreciate why I was in some of those very complicated classes, Mr. Speaker, because sometimes even on the applications of the bases and the themes that we learn in the mathematics, you never get to appreciate until you are out there in the industry, whether even in communications, whether in engineering, architecture, whatever, and you are forced in a situation where you have to apply some level of thinking that we acquired during those mathematics classes. So I think that was a hasty decision, and I do hope that as we are seeking inquiries as to what led